guys, welcome to the Rocket Channel. Today we are going to discuss about a very sensitive matter. The American media is deeply concerned about President Joe Biden's actions against China. The reporter says China will control the United States in a few years. Listen to the words of experts.
Biden and Xi Jinping having talks anytime soon? And let me just say, what are we at? 145 days that President Biden is in office, and he has still yet to raise the issue of the origins of the coronavirus with Xi Jinping. Will he raise it soon?
Yeah, I don't know. The State Department is saying, and Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor, is saying that talks with Xi Jinping and Biden are just a matter of when, not if. And basically, I think this is being pushed by the White House. They say, personal diplomacy is absolutely essential. Well, when it comes to the Chinese, they are utterly ruthless, and personal feelings have no part in their calculations. And we have this notion, we just sit down and talk with them, they'll agree with us because we're Americans. No, if we don't talk to the Chinese, they'll worry. If they'll worry, they might actually start acting better. But clearly, chasing after them never works.
Well, I mean, when is he going to raise the origins of the coronavirus? We now understand that it likely came from the lab. We knew this a year ago, by the way. We reported it over a year ago. The circumstantial evidence points there. The next question has to be, why did they allow this to escape Wuhan? Why did they hurl this virus at the world? And was it intentional? What do we know about?
Well, as virologists start to examine the virus itself, more and more of them are coming to the conclusion that this was engineered. There are unusual arrangements of amino acids that do not occur in nature, that are not likely to be the result of mutation. We have all sorts of other information pointing, as Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said on Fox, every piece of evidence points to a lab leak. What is really distressing, though, is that President Biden had that 2-hour phone call with Xi Jinping in February, and by Biden's own admission, he didn't raise this. And we're now talking a situation where more than 600,000 Americans have succumbed to a disease where the Chinese, I believe, deliberately spread this beyond their borders by lying about contagiousness, by forcing countries to take arrivals from China while locking down their own country. That shows a maliciousness. That shows that this was more than just a negligent leak of the disease from China.
Yeah, Gordon, you make so many important points, and I've got to tell you, the media is not looking at any of this. Let's just review what the CCP did during year 2020. After this disease, this deadly virus is unleashed and allowed to escape the borders of China, they used the opportunity to, one, corner PPE, take all of the PPE on the market. I reported more than a year ago that my sources in hospitals were telling me these ships that were holding gloves and masks and all this other stuff were told to turn around, go back to China. That's one. Number two, they invaded India, killed 20 soldiers as they fought for the Himalayas. They invaded Hong Kong with their goose step police, started throwing people in jail.
Yes, well, you had someone named Joseph Biden who ran for president, who last year criticized President Trump for not raising human rights in Hong Kong, which President Trump did. But now Biden is on the spot because what happened a few hours ago when they arrested the editor-in-chief of Apple Daily, which is Hong Kong's main newspaper, and they arrested the CEO of Next Digital, the publisher of the paper, and as you point out, 5 other staffers. I mean, there's got to be statement and there's got to be action. More important, action from President Biden. Xi Jinping is just testing Biden, and he's doing all these things that you mentioned, and there's no reaction from the United States. There is no reaction.
None. But we did hear Biden say that he knows Xi Jinping better than any other leader, and he expects to take over America within 15 years. President Biden said that the other day.